abortion control. The U.S. Supreme Court voted Friday to strike down Roe versus Wade, the landmark 1973 decision that guaranteed the right to an abortion. In a 5-4 decision, the court ruled that the Constitution does not confer a right to abortion. Abortion laws and restrictions vary state by state. Now the federal protection has been overturned. Abortion will not be accessible everywhere in the US. How do you guys feel about this, man? We pretty much telling them what they can do with their body.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy, man. I don't understand why they're trying to control abortion. I mean, I get some of the reasons, but I feel like it's certain situations that women could find themselves in where they was raped or something like that, and they're not really trying to have that kid, you know what I mean? And you tell them that they can't get an abortion now? Like, I don't know. I don't see why the government's trying to control that. Like, I mean, they already controlling everything else. Why they gotta control women's bodies too?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, similar to what we was dealing with last year with all the mask mandates, I mean, I believe it just comes down to choice, you know what I'm saying? And I don't feel like you should take anybody's choice away. Really, when it comes to anything, I know there's some nuance to that, you know what I mean? But to say what a woman could do with her body just doesn't sit right with me. Yeah, I wouldn't agree with the ruling. No, I definitely don't, because like I said, at the end of the day, it just comes down to choice. And I don't think it's not gonna stop abortions. Now women are just gonna have to travel, you know, out of their way to go and get them, you know what I mean, and find reputable doctors to do that. And then the doctors that will perform them in illegal states, they're gonna end up, you know, possibly going to jail or getting in trouble for it. So yeah, I just feel like it's messed up, and I don't think it's right.
So I don't know if I'm like digging a little too deep into this, right? But could this be like somewhat of like self-preservation, right? And think about like self-preservation, you know, we are ensuring the survival of organism, right? And when I look at the abortion percentage, we see that 37% are white, another 37% Black women, 19% Hispanic, and the last 8% being, you know, other races. And I remember reading a Census Project program that said by 2044, 2045, that majority that in the US, the minority, I'm sorry, will be whites American. So like, could this be like a ploy to, in a way, monetize that, as far as making sure that the white rate is not the minority?
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah,
Think about it.
yeah, now for sure. I mean, definitely, it ain't really thinking too deep. That's just what it is. You got to think what this whole nation was founded on. You know what I'm saying? We're not too far removed from that. You know, it ain't all peaches and cream just because we get to walk out and not get harassed on a daily basis. But there's still a lot of this underlying issues that we got to deal with. And yeah, no, that's one of them for sure. I mean, and then I wish I could remember the lady's name, but she was just at the Trump rally and said it. You know, this is a win for the white race. I mean, she came out her face and said it. You know,
oh my God, Mary. I gotta look
I
that
thought it
up.
started with an M too. I know. I'm mad. I'm mad. That's why I
Bro,
hate bringing stuff up and I can't remember the name. But
she said she said this was good for the white race. She said something like that, right?
Yeah, not clear as day. You know, clear as day. You know, there really was no reading in between the lines. But even if you do read it between the lines over the last, since we got off the boat, yeah, you can tell there's definitely been we've been targeted, and they don't want to become the minority for sure.
So what you gonna say? Oh, I didn't mean it like that, or I didn't mean to say that. Nah,
There's a way you can like flip that.
Yeah,
that's the way you can flip it.
That was pre-planned.
Had to be.
That was pre-planned. Everything
had to be, bro. Had to be. Before we finish this episode, man, definitely hands down, man, because I was a little appalled when I had heard about it. I was like, what? I was like, was this like another one of those you got to listen to the whole totality of the event or interview without jumping to conclusion. But I like, where was you going with that? Bro?
Nah, it was clear as day. I thought the same thing. I mean, it almost seemed like a skit. Like I'm like, did she just say what I thought she said?
Yeah.
No, and nah, it was, yeah.
President Trump, on behalf of all the MAGA patriots in America, I want to thank you for the historic victory for white life.
Victory for white life. Victory for white life. Victory for white life.
In the Supreme Court yesterday.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?